This is a poem about young love. Maybe you're in a place I've never been, say, Michigan. It's summer, poplars throbbing green all around you. And maybe she's a Leo and she's standing in your driveway with her breasts like the gospel and her hot gold hoops. Or maybe she's a Cancer and you're the kid in chemistry, staring out the window and dreaming of a queen. Writing her a letter in your blue jay mind, her of the homecoming, her of the deep thoughts, her pale new body keeping safe an old soul at 17. And didn't you love her? Didn't you try? Didn't you find her standing in your driveway on a Tuesday night beneath a cracked blue dusk when she was perfect for the last time? Her of the wild, her of the Father, her before the tree of life, before she was prey. And didn't you love her in your silent way, listening to everything she could think of to say to you until her voice made a home for you and the world went dark? I think I got about 5 poems for y'all. These are some new poems. I'm trying to do the 30-30 as well.
Keep it up. It's hard.
I'm like,
hard.
I'm like 15 behind. I'm doing tonight. So I guess I'm interested in girlhood and resilience and how we survive girlhood in America and power and myth and history and family, you know, all that stuff. So I use myth, I think, as a way to write into some of that. So this figure called the woman warrior sort of came to me in these 30 poems. Here's a couple of those new poems. This one's called What'll It Be? Woman warrior walks into a bar, sits down, says you're welcome, says hard rock, says so what, I know De La Soul is dead. Woman warrior orders whiskey sans ice, says wanna watch me drink it, says down it I will in 1 to 6 seconds with no one watching. From the forests crossing the rocks, above woman warrior's hometown, 1,600 men, strapped with guns, took the territory in 1 to 6 and rested on the 7th. She knew God liked rituals done in his stead, and so it was good. Tethered as always to moonlight, the high kind, woman warrior fled the burnt town, arrived in the metropolis, found love, lost it again. Now in the bar, bracing herself for the eye-full onslaught of broken lovers, woman warrior waits, her head draped over her neck pouring down her back like a poised metal sword. How to tell the truth. Woman warrior knows when the wrong thing is spilling from her mouth like a bowl full of wet, dead leaves, or lies on the underside of a rusted red wagon. She sees herself sometimes talking with strangers in bars and boardrooms and the back rooms of bars, saying, I feel okay, do you feel okay, now that I feel okay, and have said so? Last year this time, woman warrior took a plane to a winter mountain where monks with swords sliced through falling snow. This, she thought, is the meaning of clarity. This is the way to stop spilling mottled leaves on everyone I love. Let's see, what else we got here? I got a poem about TV and how I like it. Yeah. It's called Like Any Good American. Like any good American, I bathe my television in total attention. I give it my corneas, I give it my eardrums, I give it my longing. In return, I get pictures of girls fighting, and men flying, and women in big houses with tight faces blotting down tears with tiny knuckles. Sometimes my mother calls and I don't answer. Sometimes a siren, that never happens, I always answer. A siren sings past the window, dripping with the scent of human sweat, but what do I care? I've given my skin to the TV. I've given it my tastes. In return, it gives me so many different sounds to fill the silence where the secrets of my life flash by like ad space for the coming season. two more. What will I do? Let's see. How about, I haven't read this poem in a long time. My best friend just found out she was pregnant, and this is a letter, this is like a letter to my daughter, a letter to my, well, I don't have a daughter because I'm a poet and we make shit up, so my metaphorical daughter. Maybe it's like a letter to myself when I was that age or something. Let's see, okay. One day you will find yourself on the sharpest edge of yourself, and if you're lucky, someone will answer the phone and say it's for you, and you'll come inside. The voice is an open refuge. Forgiveness is a tower of hands. Once when I was young, I walked through a clock, then under a bridge, and my whole life was lit by a Camel cigarette. I met a man who was not your father, but he played the jazz piano, so we fell into it and let it rain. Totally lost myself. So we felt, of course, love is kind. But sometimes a person must pursue a plague that could do some justice to the storm within. You'll see. You will be thirsty too. You will stop believing in September. You will suddenly become aware of the fact of your heart only when a part of it goes missing. Well, don't believe what they tell you. No one likes change. One day you will find yourself resisting your own waking. Try tending to the sacred and see where that gets you. Try rolling through your life like a rusted train through a stockyard nation. Nothing fills a cup like moonlight, nothing. And no one will twist you like a man will twist you, but that's the deal, isn't it? That's how books get written. Well, don't believe what I've told you. Go convince yourself. Then burn the sage and claw your way through every oak on the rotting mountain. Thank you so much, Belle and Todd, for having me. It's an honor to be here. And I'll close with this poem. It's called The Palace of Contemplating Departure, and it's a triumphant breakup poem, I guess. You wandered through my life like a backwards wish when I was ready for deliverance. I was ready for release, like a pinball in God's mouth, like charanga on Tuesdays, like the summer in Shanghai when we prayed for a rainstorm and bartered our shame. Then we tore open oranges with 4 dirty thumbs. And the forecast said super, so we chartered a yacht. And we planted a garden on the unbending prow, but the sea said surrender with its arms full of salt. And wind shook the seeds from our shirt coat pockets, so when we washed up on the shoreline of sunlight, near the city of wind, we were broken and thin, like wraiths at awake. But you tilted your head up and you told me I was wild, so I lifted my life, and I lifted your life, and we wandered through the gate of radiant days. Then we married our splendor in the hall of bright rule. And I thank you again. You gave madness a chance, and you lassoed the morning. And we met on a Tuesday in a dance hall in Shanghai. And I left you in a leap year for the coveted shoreline, and you wept like a book when it's pulled from a well. But you were the one who told me I was wild, and you were the one who wrestled the angel, and I knew when I left you that courage was a choice, and memory a spear, and the exit destination is etched on my iris and shifts with the seasons. Don't think of the phoenix, think of the mountain. But where will I go now with my tireless wonder? And when will I again be brave like that? Thank you.